The objective of many enterprises is reach economic power and control markets, which they supply. This has motivated technological progress more amazing in countries where the intellectual property is protected, and this occurs with major frequency thanks to the globalization. Nevertheless, globalization has permitted hide and commit complex crimes. Crimes like the human trafficking, which at level mundial earns incomes over the $150 billion per year. The incomes from those crimes represent the challenge of any criminal enterprise. Hide the rigging of those incomes by money laundering.
What is money laundering? We will use the Uruguay anti-laundering law in order to have a clear overview of what this activity implies. Article 54. Convert or transfer assets or instruments that come from any of the crimes that fight by this law or convex crimes. Article 55. Acquire, possess, use, have in their power or carry out any type of transaction on assets or instruments that come from any of the crimes that fight by this law or convex crimes, or that are the product of such crimes. Article 56. Hide, suppress, alter the evidence or impede the determination of the real nature, origin, location, destination, movement, or ownership of such goods or instruments that come from any of the crimes that fight by this law or convex crimes. Article 57. Assist the agent or agents of the criminal activity in the crimes provided for in this law or convex crimes, either to guarantee the benefit of the result of such activity, to obstruct the actions of justice, or to avoid the legal consequences of their actions, or provide any help, assistance, or advice.
How does it work without problems? Political corruption. Political corruption and money laundering entail taxes division to criminal accounts instead by construction of social infrastructure. So, we call these the factors that promote money laundering. First, the quality of judicial institutions. Countries with institutional gaps are usually the source of dirty assets and then integrate them into strong economies. Second, the size of formal and informal economies. It determines the difficult level to reach the objective of this activity. It is easier to launder money in informal economies than in formal economies. Third, countries that are tax haven. They are countries with financial sectors which are characterized by extreme banking secrecy, and they are not abide state supervision.
If that money is invested in the massive acquisition of houses for their subsequent rent, a false increase in the price of the houses in a country can occur. It will be more difficult for you to buy a new house. A common expense in money laundering is bribery. People who participate in money laundering receive their commissions and bribes, and they are also obtaining amounts of black money. Sometimes these bribes are handed over to high-ranking bank officials and politicians, so they are corrupted. Generally, money laundering operations are carried out in developing countries that need foreign investment and are more vulnerable to this type of activity. In a country that doesn't have sufficient measures for the prevention of money laundering, where its own leaders are corrupted, it will be easier for the capital from illegal activities to enter. In the long run, This can lead to a poor distribution of wealth. Funds from illegal activities are ensured through a financial institution because its administrators and employees are bribed. This can lead to an accusation to the bank for participating in a criminal money laundering network.